In today's video, we're looking at magnetic variation and how to apply it to our compass bearing when we're out navigating. To produce the Ordnance Survey maps, the Earth, which is round, has to be projected onto a flat surface so we can make up our paper maps. When doing this, a couple of things change, but one of those things is north. The North Pole doesn't line up with the north on our maps. The north on our maps is a new north, we call it grid north. In addition to this, our compass points to what's called magnetic north, which you can see is just west of true north. And this leads us that we can actually ignore north as in the North Pole and just concern ourselves with the difference between grid north and magnetic north. So how do we work out the difference between this magnetic north and grid north? Well, if we look in the margin of our Ordnance Survey map, it's actually printed there. On this example here, we'll see that magnetic north was 4 degrees west of grid north in 2015, and that it's actually moving by 1 degree every 6 years. So I would take it that in 2020, it's just 3 degrees west. This means we just add 3 degrees to any compass bearing before we follow it. Keep watching and I'll show an example of how this works. So I'll start from the start. We're heading from the car park up as far as the megalithic tomb. I'll bring the compass in and line the edge of it up along that line, making sure the direction travel arrow is pointing in the right direction. Rotate the compass housing around until the orienting arrow is pointing to north on the map, and then I'm ready to apply my variation. So looking in at the index line at the top of the compass housing, I can see I have a bearing of 50 degrees. To this I need to add a further 3. Each notch is worth 2, so I'm just going to rotate it 1 degree, there's a second degree, and I just need to give one more just to make it up to 53 degrees, and that's my magnetic variation applied. I'll give a second demo now, just from the megalithic tomb up to the top of the hill, Slievemore, getting the edge of the compass, lining those two up, direction of travel arrow pointing the right direction, and turn the compass housing so the orienting arrow points to the north on the map. We're ready then to apply our magnetic variation to our bearing, so that'll bring us from 20 degrees up to 23 degrees. So just to finish up, a reminder where we got that magnetic variation number from, just printed in the margin of your Ordnance Survey map.